we're going to dive into a story that starts with a really simple, everyday moment in a family's home. But it spirals so quickly into this unbelievable journey, and all because of a few words that got mixed up. We're about to see the world through the eyes of a little boy named Leo.
It all kicks off with this one question. Can you imagine? It's the kind of thing no parent is ever prepared to hear, and it just stops you in your tracks. A 5-year-old boy, Leo, looks his mom straight in the eye and asks, "Am I garbage?" Let's figure out how on earth a child gets to a place where he'd ask something so heartbreaking.
So, how did Leo get to that awful question? It wasn't because of anything mean or cruel. It all started with a simple yet completely devastating misunderstanding.
Okay, this right here, this is the exact moment it all went sideways. Leo's mom is just talking about an old radio. It's just junk to her. But Leo's little ears pick up on the words old, noisy, and throw it away, and he connects those dots directly to himself. In his 5-year-old world, the logic is terrifyingly simple. She has to be talking about him.
So holding on to this horrible new belief, Leo finds a picture of his family. They all look so happy. And he makes his gut-wrenching decision. He figures, if he's garbage, well, then he just doesn't belong in that picture anymore. He has to remove himself.
But Leo doesn't just sit there feeling scared. He decides he has to do something. He starts getting ready for a journey that he is absolutely convinced he has to take, because he's got to leave home before, in his mind, he gets thrown out. And before we get into what he does next, let's just pause and remember who we're talking about here. He's 5. Just 5 years old. Old enough to understand the words, but way too young to get things like context or sarcasm. This number, 5, it's really the key to the whole story.
So what does he pack for this big, scary trip? 2 coins. That's it. That's all he's got. In his head, it's enough to get him to the only place he can think of that's safe, his grandma's house. This is literally all he has in the world. His whole plan is just peak 5-year-old logic, right? He grabs his yellow coat, not just because it's raining, but because his grandma told him yellow is a brave color. He packs his best friend, Mr. Teddy, and then he tells his mom he's just popping out to the playground, and he sets off all alone.
And just like that, Leo walks out the front door and into the rain. He has a mission: get to Grandma's. But as you can imagine, the world for a little 5-year-old by himself is a huge, loud, and pretty scary place.
Now, from his perspective, this isn't just a walk. It's like an epic adventure. First, he's got to face this giant, scary road with cars zooming by. Then, he has to find the bus stop, and from there, somehow make it to his final destination, that red house where Grandma lives. And while he's waiting for the bus, shivering in the cold, his main concern isn't even himself. It's Mr. Teddy. He carefully tucks the bear inside his coat so he'll stay warm, and keeps insisting that he's fine. It's just such a pure, innocent moment of love, even while he's going through something so tough. Just when Leo's journey feels like it's at its darkest, something changes. The world, which seemed so big and scary, starts to show him a little bit of kindness. He runs into 3 different strangers who don't see a problem, they just see a little boy who needs help. And these aren't just small gestures, they're huge. The baker sees his 2 little coins and just gives him the bread as a gift. A woman at the bus stop gives him a whistle and tells him it's magic for scaring away monsters. And then, and this is so important, the bus driver hears his story and completely flips the script. He tells Leo his bus doesn't carry garbage, it only carries kings.
So while all this is happening, let's jump back home. Because for Leo's mom, a really terrible realization is starting to sink in. The mention of Grandma's house, the rain, her own careless words about throwing away junk, all the pieces suddenly click into place, and she understands just how wrong things have gone.
This is that moment of pure, gut-wrenching panic. She realizes her offhand comment about an old radio has sent her son out into the world by himself. A thoughtless little joke has become an absolute nightmare. The frantic search is on. So right now you've got these 2 totally opposite realities happening at the same time. Leo is completely convinced that this is it for him, that there's no going back. In his head, garbage does not go home. But at the exact same time, his mom has only one thought: I have to find my baby and I have to bring him home. So Leo's mom follows this little trail of kindness that he left behind, from the baker to the bus station, just racing against time. And finally, both of their stories come together in the one place Leo thought he would be safe, his grandma's red house. And this is where the healing starts. His mother just holds him, and she undoes all that damage with the most powerful words she can find. She doesn't just say it was a joke. No, she rewrites his entire origin story. She replaces that awful image of garbage with the truth. He came from her, he grew inside her, and he will always, always be hers. The healing becomes something they can actually touch and see. They talk about the real source of the problem. The radio was broken, not Leo. And then they do something really beautiful. They take Mr. Teddy, the bear with one ear, who kind of represents being broken but loved anyway, and together they fix him. They give him a second ear, literally making what was broken whole again. It's a perfect symbol for their family healing too.
And so we're left with this incredibly powerful lesson. Leo's story is just a huge reminder that the words we use have so much weight. What might be a throwaway comment for us can become a soul-crushing reality for a child. Because a word